It's been a little while since I was able to get to Aldi's, but I did go last Saturday and I wanted to show you a couple things. We have free canning jars here. I'm 90% sure that's what I've got my hands on here, and I need somebody to confirm that. As soon as I open these jars and can try to put a lid and a ring band on it, I will tell you 100%, but for now I'm going to stick with 90% sure. I was at my Aldi store Saturday for a little stock up. It had been about 14, 15 weeks since we had actually like really grocery shopped, other than just getting a few things. And I saw these beautiful mandarin oranges in this gorgeous jar. And it's got the kind of a lid that's all in one piece, but it looks like the size and the dimensions, the shape of a regular canning lid. So I am pretty sure, unless the threads are not deep enough. So I will check this soon and let you know. But if somebody else has bought product with these, I know that I think it's a classical spaghetti sauce. I think that's one that has a regular canning jar, but I'm not positive that these threads are deep enough now that I look at it, but I'm thinking they are. So somebody else let us know, send a video or a response below, put a comment below. But this is what it is. The mandarin oranges, the jar is a little bit different than this kind of an upscale spaghetti sauce. It's Grandessa, which is their house brand for Aldi. And it says caramelized onion and garlic on it. And the thing that's really nice about, I'm going to get my hands full here. The thing that's really nice about this jar, which don't know if I can get the light quite right on it, right around here, I can't quite get the light on that right. A little bit. Yeah, you can see a little bit. Right across here is a little design. It kind of looks like tomatoes, I guess it is, around the top of the jar. It's kind of really pretty. So, of course, you're paying a little bit more for the spaghetti sauce than you do their regular, excuse me, I've got stuff everywhere here. Their regular house brand is Regano. And this was $1.19 for the, and this is also a 24-ounce jar. So these all used to be 32 ounces, but they have, I'm not talking about Aldi's specifically, but industry-wide, they have reduced the size of them. Most of the jars of things that used to be 32 are now 24. So it's kind of a handy size because it's halfway between a pint and a quart. It's like 3/4 of a quart or like a pint and a half. So it's kind of halfway in between. So I did also notice, I'm going to get tongue twisted again, did also notice besides the mandarin oranges and the spaghetti sauce, they had peaches. Now the peaches that they used to have in the cans were really, really good. I ate some of those not long ago. They're not as good as my home canned peaches, but then nothing is. But they were really, really good. So I'm hoping the ones in the jar are just as good. So it's kind of, you get what you pay for um, as far as the cost of the jar is concerned, because jars are upwards of $7 a dozen. So you've got more than 50 cents in the jar when you buy it, and obviously you need a ring and a ring band and a lid. This jar, if I were using this jar today, what I would do is take a spoon right here, a, maybe the not the far end of the spoon, you know, about the part you don't put in your mouth, or something kind of blunt, a small piece of wood or something, and I would gently pry the edge of this lid up. And if you do it in a couple, 2 or 3 places, move it around and pry it up, you'll hear that little psh sound. And once the seal breaks, then you should be able to twist it off easily. Reason being, you don't want to bend or alter this lid. Well, you might. If you have an endless supply of money, you might want to just bend it and alter it and throw it away. But what I would do is I would pry the corner of it up gently till you hear it, the seal break. It'll go psh, and then twist it off and then hang on to that, because I would probably only recommend you to use it for water bathing, but if you did run out of canning lids, these are a pretty good, nice quality lid, and I would feel comfortable reusing it. And it has the nice little button area on the top so that you can actually see and hear. This one is sealed, and if you were to push your finger up and down on that, it would pop up and down if it were not sealed. So this would be great for jams, jellies, pickles, peaches, applesauce, pear butter, apple butter. Be a very nice sized jar. Free, depending on how you look at it. Nothing's really free, but you know, depending on how you look at it. So I was kind of excited about that, and I would like to hear from somebody who has done that. Then I wanted to run a few little things past you because it's been a while since I've been to Aldi and tell you what my updated prices were. They vary from area to area, but I'm still very happy with generally the product quality on most of it. I'm happy with, and the price is definitely $1.19 for a full 32 ounces of tomato ketchup. They only carry one kind, one size. That's how they get the prices so low. $1.19. I thought that was a deal. I will check this and make sure I got it all right. But yes, that was $1.19. This 5-pound bag of all-purpose flour was $1.65. If you use the French bread recipe in Great Depression Video 5, the flour portion of the recipe will cost you 33 cents a loaf with this price with this bag of flour. While this is not probably my very favorite bag of flour, it's totally acceptable. Works fine for cookies. Works fine for the French bread recipe. It's a no-fail recipe. I promote it every opportunity I get because you can't mess it up. You can try, but you cannot mess it up. Being a little silly here today. And then there is see what I did with it here. I guess it's not right here. Sorry, I thought I had everything ready to go. This is a 10.5 ounce bag of miniature marshmallows. Those are 99 cents, and I like to keep these around because they melt quickly to make a quick little batch of Rice Krispie treats, which they have the cereal at a good price too. And I think it has a fine acceptable quality for little batches of Rice Krispie treats, which I never measure. The butter was $2.29 for a pound of butter in quarters. Stuffing mix, which I thought I brought out here and I did not, was 89 cents at my Kroger store. I'm pretty sure I paid $1.49 for the cinnamon rolls ready to bake. I also bought 2 packages of the cinnamon rolls with orange frosting. I'm talking about getting off sugar, but I'm not there yet, and I really do enjoy the orange frosting and the cinnamon rolls. Awesome stuff. I should have brought more in here. Let's see. And I think these they had the thin wheat crackers, which I thought I brought in. I did not. Those are $1.29. The decorated paper plates were $1.89, and then they have this gourmet snack crackers, and these are pretty good. They're the ones that are kind of off-white in color, and those were just had a $1 snack crackers, gourmet crackers, $1.19. So I have some things in the other room that I did, like I said, I did not bring in. I was going to run a couple of more prices by you quickly. A dozen Fudgsicles, fudge bars, $2.69. The frozen kind. Rising Crust Pizza, which was not my favorite. I think I prefer the Kroger over that, but $3.89 for that at my store. Mild salsa. I love their salsa, $1.79. And then they have a salsa con queso, which is cheese and salsa together, and that was $2.29. That was a good sized jar. And let's see what else we got here. 184 facial tissues, $1.19. Sugar Frosted Flakes, $1.79. Restaurant tortilla chips, the white triangular ones, were $1.19, I think. I'm not going to say how many ounces that was because I'm not sure. I think there are 9 packs, 8 or 9 packs, I think, of microwave popcorn, $1.49. And Let's see if there's anything else exceptional in here. Graham crackers was $1.49. Fig bars 99. I guess that pork and beans were 49 cents. And I can't read this. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna leave that. Shells and cheese, like macaroni and cheese, was $1.29. But it's good to know that the flour price is still hanging somewhere in the same vicinity, $1.65 for 5 pounds. Now we're at pushing 11 minutes. I don't like to do that. I don't know how it got so long, but I'm going to quit here. I just thought it would be a neat thing to have. If you didn't want to go out and spend the money on jars right now, it'd be a really neat thing to have. Go buy yourself a couple dozen of these. It's a really nice size. I mean, just to have jars that are halfway between a pint and a quart in size would be really nice. But it serves a double duty because instead of having empty jars sitting around, you have full jars sitting around. Unless, of course, you're going to fill them with your stuff out of your garden, but then I'm going to get in over my head here. So just a little heads up, and somebody let us know if you've used them. They don't have any, they do have the ounce markings on the side of the jar, but I do not see, let's see, look on the bottom. On the bottom it says HZ03. Not a clue. I don't have any clue what that means. It says best used before Christmas Day of 2012. It actually says 12/25, but that's Christmas Day. So these are good till Christmas and beyond, of course. They're good longer than that. And let me see if there was a date on the spaghetti sauce. Not that that matters, but we may as well look. Sorry, I'm taking up your time to look here. See if there's a best. I don't see a Best By date on this one. I'll check the other one. Oh, here it is. It's on the jar, top of the jar, the shoulder of the jar. And this is Best By. Harder to see with the, looks like May of 2014 is what I'm reading. And there's something sticky on the outside of that jar. And let's see if there's a Best By date on this one. Yep, there is. Best By, hard to see. It looks like January 24th of 2014. So longer than a year. Nice stuff. Okay, I'm not going to be silly, I promise. I enjoyed that shopping trip thoroughly. Like I said, it had been quite a while since we had been. There's something very comforting about seeing things like this sitting around. I opened up a can of mandarin oranges that I got from someplace else about a week ago, and they were ice cold, and I don't think, I guess they probably did have sugar in them now that I'm thinking about it, but I thought, well, those are nice and cold and beautiful. I'll just stick a fork in there and have a few, and it was like a 15-ounce can. I ate the whole thing, and it was marvelous. It was really, really good. So enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Cold mandarin oranges right out of the can, right out of the jar. And the Great Depression Video 5 has instructions for French bread that if you use a better quality flour, you're going to get a better quality bread. And I'm sorry, itching my nose. I'm one of the last people on earth to ever admit that cheaper is not always as good. But our Spartan store finally closed down, and so I can't get the Spartan flour anymore. But if you are near a Spartan store that's open, get yourself some Spartan bread flour. It's pretty good stuff. And other than that, I think my second choice is Gold Medal bread flour. And if you have a flour you particularly like for bread, I'd like to hear about that too. I have friends that have used that French bread recipe 14 minutes. I gotta quit. And used it for part wheat. I don't know that they did whole wheat, but I know that they've used it for all different kinds of things. I've used it for little mini loaves, which have been wonderful, and also some people put it in a bread pan for a standard loaf. So God bless your efforts to prepare. Make a list, check it twice, so you can eat more than just beans and just rice, and bless your family and your friends and everybody else that we can all have bread when the time comes. Good night. Good day. Goodbye.